Welcome to Richard Mabey Presents.
Hello, YouTube friends. This is Richard Mabey with Richard Mabey Presents. It is Wednesday, February 7th, 2024, at 20 minutes past high noon. And what a show I have planned for today. This is episode number 851. When I did episode 1, I said, I'm going to do about 12. I figure I'll do about 12 shows, and then I'll do something else, I don't know what, but I'll do something else, This is episode 851. And please subscribe. I think I'm at 765 subscribers. I need 1,000 to start making money, where I get commercials and I'm making money. So please subscribe. I know a lot of these YouTubers, they beg you to subscribe, and I don't really go in for that. I try to, maintain an air of dignity, but please subscribe. Please subscribe. What a show I got planned for today. Going through my blue buckets, and my sister and I, there's a flea market up there on Highway 441 in Oxford. And it's the first Saturday of every month. So we're going through stuff to sell at that. You have to bring your own tables. So, we have this small compact car. So it's like we gotta have stuff that's going to sell, like not like left hand, not like the left-handed smoke shifter that Uncle Lou gave me, but stuff that's gonna sell, really sell. So going through the stuff, but anyway, I came across what are the odds? I mean, this is like the odds are like 10 million to 1. First, I came across the old scout patch for the 1984 Boonton District Spring Camporee. Now, if you're from Northeast New Jersey, if you're from Boonton, Lincoln Park, Tawago, Montville, Pequannock, no doubt this Boonton Township. There's a place in Boonton Township, I think it's in Boonton Township, not Boonton Township. It might be in Boonton, I don't know. But they call it Murata's Field. It's a huge field. I don't know how many acres it is, but it's a huge field. I don't know. It was used to be a small. I think one time it was a small airport. I might be wrong, or a helicopter port or something. But anyway, in 1984, they had this humongous Boy Scout camporee, and I would say there were well over 50 scout troops there. Well over 50 scout troops. I mean, it was like, that was the heyday. It was still the heyday of scouts, because Lincoln Park, I think I had 4 scout troops. Troop 70, Troop 76, Troop 170, and I think Troop 216 was still in operation at that point. So, Lincoln Park at that point had about 10,000 people in it, 7 square miles. So yeah, if you had a big Parsippany, huge, big Parsippany was in the Boonton district. That gives you an idea. Mountain Lakes was in that district. Pequannock's a big town. Pumpkin Plains, Tawago, Montville, Kinnelon. It took in a lot of towns, and there were well over 50 scout troops there. Scout troops. So it was my acknowledgement and my gratitude and my respect to Mr. Jack Floyd, who was our assistant scoutmaster, but also was the commissioner, the high commissioner for the Boonton District Camping and Activities Committee. He was the high district chairman. He came up with this idea, developed the idea, thought out the events, and the man has since passed away. But him and my dad were really good friends, and when Jack Floyd got married, my dad was his best man. So it was it was kind of a really neat, really good friendship. So anyway, this is the patch. Now here's what I found. And all this stuff I have in the blue tubs. This is a gem. Scout Olympics Spring Camporee, 1984, third place. Third. Now you might be saying, well, he's bragging about third place. Over 50 Scout troops were in this event. And Troop 170 came in third out of I'm going to say there might have been 70 Scout troops there. I mean, this is the heyday. Every town. Lincoln Park, a small little Mayberry, had 4 Scout troops. So come in third. Look at that, third place. The 1985. Oh, I got upside down. The 1985 Scout Olympics Spring Camporee. And here it is, the official. It was in the shot put. There were like 10 events. The 50-yard dash. It was like Opie, like when Opie runs the 50-yard dash. It was that kind of thing. And Barney shoots the gun off. It was that kind of thing. I think we did have a fellow with a cat pistol and shot for the 50-yard. He had a cat pistol and he shot it off. Like it was just so Mayberry. But there it is. Troop 170. Oh, man. It was May 18th, 19th, and 20th, 1984. Now, here is the super cool thing. My dad, on the back, wrote all the scouts that participated. It was a relay thing. So these are all the scouts that were participated in these events. I'm getting old. I reached 70. Okay, here they are. I'm like Sherlock Holmes here. Brian and Keith Pearson, they were brothers. They were very good scouts. Keith Iger, he was on the one of the editors of the Scouting Journal. Brian Arvidsson, Mark Pohan, Ron Sanborn, Kenneth Eng, Steve Marcus, Richard Kwiatkowski, John Walker, Buddy McCallum, Chris Pulaski, Robert Fick, Dean Park, Dave Bashman, Russell Bannock, and Dan Petro. Now, sadly, I'm going to cry. A fair number of these scouts have passed away, and that makes me sad. But this I cherish. Now, I am, which I've become very philosophical of late. I'm now going to. I went to Dr. M, cardiologist. I went to Dr. U, cardiologist, and Dr. U, a very good doctor, wonderful doctor. I don't want to get this right now. I don't mean to. My hypertrophic cardiomyopathy is so severe, and combined with the myocardial bridges and the 2 aneurysms I have at the ascending aorta and the brachiocephalic and the base of the ascending aorta and the base of the brachiocephalic. His diagnosis, his consensus, his professional opinion, they know basically the rate of growth of an aneurysm combined with the hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Here I got a little note here, but hypertrophic cardiomyopathy what do they call that? Wikipedia explains it best, but there it is: hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. The ventricles are real thick as a brick, like Jethro Tull, thick as a brick. I think the fellow's name was Ian Anderson. He ended up being a farmer. Jethro Tull guy. He used to play the flute. But anyway, the ventricles are thick as a brick. Irreversible. So he agreed with Dr. M. Basically, I'm on third base, taking the lead. So I have these things like this, scouting, and I'm thinking I need to plan now. I've got about at the most 2 years to live. That's what both cardiologists are saying, that I've got about less than 2 years to live. So what I want to do is to get my scouting memorabilia that my dad had and that I have, and get all that together, and have a scouting museum. Maybe just a little storefront. A little storefront. But there's it's going to be ongoing rent, heating bill, electrical bill, water bill. You got maybe on a volunteer basis, have former scouts do the tours, and things like that. But there's there's money for frames and paint and that kind of. So I'm thinking about on my bucket list. I gotta keep my bucket list short. I don't have much time. I got less than 2 years to live. So to start a scouting museum for things like this, and for things like this, old patches and stuff. And I got my dad, has a lot of pictures of scouting and that kind of thing. So anyway, that's on the agenda. It sounds morbid, but it sounds morbid, but I'm on the acceptance stage. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, like, every so often I fall into the woe is me. I feel so sorry for myself. But I try to raise above that. I'm reading a book. Well, I'm reading a book. Oh, big deal. The guy's reading a book. I'm reading this book. I got this from the library. Never Give Up: A Prairie Family Story by Tom Brokaw. I have immense respect for Tom Brokaw. I've worked on newspapers all my life. I started writing for the Lincoln Park Herald when I was 12 years old. Scouting events, Sunday school things, little neighborhood news, Susie Q, like the neighbors. Like, I was like 12 years old. I'm 12 years old, and like the neighbor on this along Mabey Lane, their daughter was their daughter was getting married or something like that. So I read an engagement notice. I'm like, I'm thinking like I'm Jimmy Olsen, But Never Give Up, Tom Brokaw. What a good read this is. So it's kind of inspiring me. Also, I found in the blue. This is really a testament to Troop 170. Pony Express, Moore Sussex Area Council, Boy Scouts of America, Pony Express Campaign Participation Unit. And this is it. Now, this was kind of corny. I don't know, the lights got to hit it just right. They're kind of a corny thing. They had this, like, a cardboard saddle. It had cards in it. And you would fill out the card and then pass on to the next, and put it. You would seal it in an envelope so nobody else would know how much you gave. But here's the thing: this is a testament to Troop 170. Troop 170. Now it was the scouts and the scout leaders. Each had a card. Billy Martin Jr. and then Billy Martin Sr. Maybe Billy Martin Sr. is a committeeman and Billy Martin Jr. is a scout. So altogether, we had, between the scouts and the scout leaders, probably had like 60 60 boys and men. And you can check this out. May 1st, 1987. This is to verify 100%. 100% of all the scouts in Troop 170 in 1987 and all the scout leaders, the committee men, the committee chairmen, the assistant scoutmasters, the dad in charge of transportation, and 100% of the scouts and scout leaders of Troop 170 made a donation to the council. Now, you could put $1 in the envelope, but that, there wasn't like a minute, like, hey, I want $100 from everybody. No, they didn't do that. But you could put 50 cents in, you could put a quarter in, and it counted, that you to the 100%. But my dad was so proud. He was so proud of this ribbon, and this was on. This is the kind of thing. This is why I want to have a scout museum, and at least have it set up before I die, and preferably in Lincoln Park, but maybe Tawako, Pequannock, see how things go. So, don't feel sorry for me, because I'm in acceptance, and I believe in God. I love Jesus. I know I'm going to heaven. I know I'm saved. So I'm not worried, So anyway, came in going through my comic books, Twilight Zone comic books. Oh, I love Twilight Zone. This is from I'm getting old. I'm getting so old. Number 17, September 1966. I'm just starting 8th grade, and I just turned 13 in September of 66. There it is, Twilight Zone, number 17. Very cool. I bought all of these at Moe's Sweet Shop. Twilight Zone, number 13, November of 1965. November 65, 7th grade, and 12 years old. And this is number 13. I got to start putting. My sister's been a huge help putting the comic books in order. Oh, this one's in beautiful shape. Woo! Oh man, this is in beautiful shape. Twilight Zone. Number 15, May of 1966. So I'm just finishing up 7th grade, and I am 12 years old. This is in near mint condition. This is a beaut. Yeah, this is in beautiful shape. And this is I think I have more, and I got to find them. And as I find them, I'll put them up. I'll show everybody. Twilight Zone. Now this is a 15. All these are 12 centers. 12 cent. 12 cent. 12 cent. Now most, 12 centers are the Silver Age, 1960s. This is a 15 center. But let me see. Ooh, Hot Wheels. Hot Wheel isn't bad. Let me see. March 1970, I was in my junior year of high school, and I was 16 years old. This is Twilight Zone number 32. And, I would still go, I go to Moe's Sweet Shop, not as often as I did when I was like between 10 and 13. But even in my junior year of high school, I go to Moe's Sweet Shop for old time's sake and buy a comic book, for old time's sake. Go to Moe's Sweet Shop, buy a comic book, and I know it's not good for you, buy a soda. And Moe had the coolest sodas. Like they, now it's like Pepsi and Coke, but it was like knee-high, it was some kind of strawberry, Fanta orange, something called the root beer was, I guess it was Dad's root beer, and then of course, 7 Up and Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew is just like loaded with caffeine. And of course, RC Cola. RC Cola. Remember that. RC Cola. But yeah. So that's 4 of my. I got more. I have to find them. I'm getting organized. I'm trying to, I don't want to, like pass away and I leave all this junk for my sister to go through. You know what I mean? So if you are watching this and you are an alumni of Boy Scout Troop 170, we have to, not we have to, but it would be cool. It would be a really good thing to, what do you call it? To have a scout museum. I think it was. But if you're, okay, here's the deal. If you were in Troop 170, either as a scout leader or as a scout, and, that idea clicks with you, put it down in the comments. And I don't know, I'm probably going to go, I probably have like, it's funny, you go to one doctor and they tell you something, but then when you go to the second cardiologist and they tell you pretty much the same thing, hey, you know what? Two can't be wrong, I mean, I'm looking for I might be looking for my third cardiologist. I don't know yet. But I probably have like a really like one, the way they talk, like one good year. And then like a year from now, then I'm going to start really going downhill. So I really would like to get, hold on, I'll be right back. I am back, and that was a spam call. A spam call. Hey, I don't have much time. I don't have time to play around with spam calls. So anyway, it'd be cool to get a museum. And I don't know how, I don't have a lot of money. You should see. I got Medicare. I got a supplement. And they still want money out of me. It's like I got Medicare, and I got United Healthcare as a supplement, and they still want in the hospitals and the doctors. They're still not happy. They're ka-ching, 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 get all this money. They want more money out of me. So I don't have a lot of money. So if the alumni of 170, and even the alumni, so if you are a scout, if you are a scout leader, we're a scout leader. I can't like just say Troop 170. Maybe the more the merrier. Like Barney Fife says, the more the merrier. We can get that museum going, and that would, that would help me to before passing on to glory, I could say, hey, you started a scout museum. I did something. I did something in my last 2 years of life, So, but that beautiful patch. I'm looking into natural healing, and I don't care. I don't care I don't care what you think. I'm trying. I'm going to a chiropractor. Going really organic. Getting the caffeine out, getting the sugar out, bottled water, or we have the filter. And anyone has any, direction, websites for natural healing, please put them down in the comments. Please put them down in the comments. My mind is so open. I'll go to a witch doctor at this point. I'll go to the witch doctor. Oh man. So, like Rod Stewart sang in Every Picture Tells a Story, just laugh it off. You didn't have to come here anyway. So wouldn't quote, Dickens, Shelley, or Keats. So I'm going to wrap it up. So keep a good thought, and please subscribe. So stay happy, stay positive, stay healthy. This is Richard Mabey. Signing not enough.